So I've just found out that Joni Madden has reviewed this whistle. My opinions are null and void. Hello beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in. Today I will be reviewing the Lir Whistle. This whistle was sent to me so I could try it out, play it and see what I thought. So I will be relaying my experiences with this whistle to you guys. All the opinions in this are my own. I don't take instruments to make adverts for them. I just take instruments to try them out, play them, and then give you guys my experience of how I get on with these things. So let's dive straight in and I'll show you guys a little bit more. So as you guys can see, my Lir Whistle came in this nice presentation box, which would make a great gift. Also great for storing a few whistles in as well. If I open the box up, you'll see that the package also came with a little card here just to show the Lir Whistle brand. They also wrote a personalised note on the back, which I thought was nice. And the whistle itself comes in a nice little case, which is very useful if you like to take your whistles anywhere. It's branded, as you can see here. It also has a little Velcro top here, and you can see it's quite simple. You just slide your instrument in and out of the protective case when you want to carry it with you. This one also has a little loop on the back here, so you can attach it to a belt buckle or something along those lines to carry it with you. You can also put a strap through here and put it crossbody over shoulder. But it's very similar to the Killarney tin whistle cases. So if you guys have a Killarney whistle or you've experienced a Killarney padded pouch or case, this is what this one is like. But obviously it's got the sort of embroidered Lir logo here on the front, which is a very nice touch. Now the whistle itself is actually made from brass, the whole body and the top here, except for the mouthpiece, which is the sort of molded Delrin fipple. And it's actually been chrome plated, so it gives it this beautiful shiny quality, and it won't tarnish or get the patina that you often see on brass whistles. So although it is a brass whistle, it does have this coating, so it should remain shiny for longer. You can also polish the chrome with obviously a chrome polish, but yeah, you're not going to get that unusual discoloration that you sometimes get, or you usually get with brass whistles. It's quite weighty. Again, I presume this is the brass and the chrome finish as well. I quite like whistles with a little bit of weight to them, although I do imagine for those of you who are a little bit more sensitive to the weight of a whistle, this probably would be on the heavier side, so it might tire out sort of fingers or wrists if you guys have arthritis or if you play for long periods of time. Personally, I quite like a slightly heavier whistle. I prefer the sound that the whistle makes when it has this overall weightier body. So you can see here we have the logo along the top, which is engraved into the whistle. Nice, neat, very professional finish to these. This is the Delrin mouthpiece. And you can see this is a similar look to Killarney whistles. It's a similar shape, design and style. The chrome finish gives it this lovely sort of silvery colour, and you'll notice as well a few sort of notches and bands on the whistle. Now these are related to the key of the whistle. You can also see that it says D here, but they do have lots of other keys of whistle as well, and the amount of rings on the whistle relates to the key that the whistle is in. The holes are nice and neat, evenly spaced, reasonably sized, very simple and easy to cover as you'd expect from a high D whistle. The bore itself isn't large, isn't small, it's pretty standard for this size and style of whistle. Overall, a really professional, quality looking and feeling instrument, which is a perfect start. Now this type of whistle doesn't really require any maintenance, and that's partly to do with the chrome finish. As I said, if it does start to tarnish, you can get a chrome polish and just shine it back up a little bit again, but in general, shake it out once you've finished. You can sort of dry off the inside as well, that's always good practice with whistles, but you don't really need any particular maintenance routine with this sort of whistle. If you do find for any reason that whistles like this clog, which they do on occasion, I haven't actually found that with this particular whistle, but I know my Killarney whistles clog a little bit. Obviously that's due to the weather, the style of whistler you are, whether you're a wet whistler or a dry whistler, the temperature you're playing in. The suggestion with this is just to dip it in warm soapy water, and that'll bring the temperature up a little bit, change the difference in temperature between the whistle and the breath you're putting in. And also the surfactants in dish soap and things like that just help to stop the buildup of condensation in the mouthpieces of these whistles. So that is a really, really great tip. One final bit of advice I was given about these whistles: they are tunable, so you can move the top of the mouthpiece here. As you can see, I've just pulled this one out a touch. These whistles are apparently made sharp, so you do need to pull the mouthpiece out slightly before you play in order to get it perfectly tuned in the key of D. They're a little bit tough, obviously, when you first move them around. You can use cork grease to make this a little bit more slippery and slidey. I'll just warm it up and then I'll give you guys a few scales. Then we'll try it out with Joni Madden's song, Spanish Point. So let's give it a play. So you guys have heard the scales on this, you've heard how it sounds. As a quick run through of the pros, you have this beautiful, crisp, clear sound, nice weight to the whistle for a rounded and warm feel. Really easy to play all 2 octaves and possibly into the 3rd. Doesn't clog particularly quickly, easy maintenance, looks gorgeous, and is a reasonable price. It really feels like a professional whistle for the price. I really like it a lot. The only cons that I would suggest is it might be a little loud for playing indoors as a practice whistle. Would definitely be better for outdoor playing, festivals, concerts, bands, sessions, anything that you go to where you need to be heard. This would definitely be better for that than practice. And possibly if you are sensitive to the weight of whistles, this is slightly heavier than some of the other whistles that you might play. For example, Kalani or Chris Wall or Generation. As a ballpark. This is comparable to the JPW Instruments whistle that I reviewed earlier in the year, or maybe at the end of last year, one of those two. A comparable weight, but I really like that, and it really makes a lot of difference to the sound quality of this particular whistle. So that is about all I need to say about this whistle. I love it. It's awesome. Thank you so much for sending it. I really enjoyed reviewing and playing this one. I will be using it a lot, hopefully, in future videos. Yeah, really like it. If you guys want to check out more about this whistle, you can find more information on their website, which is linked in the description down below. So yeah, head over and check it out. Don't forget as well to check out Joni Madden's review of this whistle. I'll link that in the description as well, and up here on the little eye, so you guys can check that out and get some opinions from a real pro rather than little old me. Don't forget to check out my Spanish Point and Riverdance tutorials, which you guys will find here. And again, if you want to commission any songs yourself, do check out Coffee and Patreon, which you'll find in the description below. And you guys can actually pay me to create the tin whistle tunes that you want to see on the channel. So yeah, I will see you guys very soon for more amazing tin whistle content. Until then, have fun and keep whistling. Bye. That's a very nice whistle. I like it, me likey. So I've just found out that Joni Madden has reviewed this whistle. My opinions are null and void. It was pointless sending it to me when you have such a pro reviewing this whistle, but hey ho, I will give you guys the layman's terms, the peasant's opinion on this amazing little whistle. You could probably go further with alternative fingering and get halfway, maybe even further through the third octave on this. I'm not going to try it because one thing I will say is this is really loud. You'd have to play it sideways. This is probably better used outside or in a detached house at sensible times of day. It is surprisingly easy on this to be able to hit those high notes and to hit them clearly first time, which is something special, very special.